Visiting Dr. Jana in 2019 was very inspiring. I visited the organization a few times and I saw what their community-based approach looked like. I really wanted to bring the Rutgers students to see what social work practice looked like in an extremely under-resourced environment with a very vulnerable and marginalized population. So I developed a 2-week practice-based experiential learning course located in Kolkata, India. We partnered with Durbar, a collaborative of 65,000 sex workers that included sex workers within the entire state of West Bengal. The most interesting and the significant part of these programs were that these programs that were created for the sex workers were created by the sex workers themselves for their own community.
Hi, I'm Melissa Sartorius, and I had the pleasure of studying abroad in India this January. And I think if I had to choose one word to describe my study abroad experience in Calcutta, it would be grateful. From kind of experiencing the beautiful culture of India and working with the amazing women and men of the organization that we were working with, Durbar, the friendships made, the incredible mentorship of our faculty leaders. I can't really express just what an amazing and wonderful trip this was and what an impact it really had on me and the way that I want to approach my social work career.
Hi, my name is Ashley Martin and I'm in the part-time online MSW program. I'm in my third of 3 years and I studied abroad in Kolkata in January 2025. A couple of words to describe my time on the study abroad trip are just really meaningful and really impactful. And I know that this trip will be really meaningful to my career in social work for a long time. It was just a really special experience that's almost hard to put into words. But one of the most impactful parts of my experience were just all the field work that we did and the reflections that I have had in India and since returning back to America. There were times on the trip as a clinical student where I kind of questioned, like, what are my takeaways going to be from this trip? But as I've gotten further away from the experience and really reflected, I think I've learned a lot about the way that we quickly build rapport with others, listen authentically to people's stories, and how we can use that to impact our work with individual people or groups or systems as a whole. So it was a really, really special trip and I'm so grateful for the experience.
Hi, my name is Kathy Dowd and I am very happy to be speaking with you about my study abroad experience in Kolkata in January of 2025. The trip was incredible, and a few months out, I'm still processing how life-changing and life-affirming it was. I think the thing that stands out for me the most is that it really brought to life all of these concepts that we've been talking about in class for so long in terms of advocacy, helping marginalized people, dignity and worth of a person, meeting them where they are. The women that we met who were part of the Durbar collective of sex workers were inspiring, empowered, but at the same time still in need of support. And so it was just a beautiful opportunity to learn from them. And I am so grateful to our professors who brought us on this trip and really allowed us to experience Kolkata like locals. It was so exciting. It wasn't like just being in a tour group. It was beautiful to see the amazing sights of this amazing city, but then also really get a peek behind the curtain of how people are really living and how many of them are really struggling. And I highly recommend this trip to anybody who is in the social work program and is really looking for a global perspective on social work. It reminded me that in the US, we have a way of doing things, but it's not the only way.
A couple of words to describe my experience would be wonderful, amazing, insightful, life-changing, and horizon broadening. And I use those words because it was simply an out-of-world experience, and the insights and the cultural insights that I gained from this study abroad experience were simply life-changing and will definitely be taking those lessons into my future career.
It was really heartening to receive the warmth and compassion from the sex workers and the staff at Durbar. The courage and resilience we witnessed as we heard their stories. It truly was a transformative experience.